students, welcome to the second series of transportation and assignment lectures. So in this particular lecture, we are going to study about a specific method called Vogel's approximation method. This is particularly efficient method compared to last two methods which we have discussed in the previous lecture, northwest corner method and least cost method. So whenever in the exam, if you are asked to solve the problem or to arrive at the optimal solution, then try to focus on this method. Try to solve the example with the help of Vogel's approximation method. So let's look into the detail. So first, what we will discuss here, we will try to introduce this Vogel's approximation method. Then we will look into the steps. What are the steps involved in Vogel's approximation method? What is the algorithm of Vogel's approximation method? And finally, we will look into the examples of the Vogel approximation method. So what is the general step? The first is we will allocate based on the penalty. Cost penalty we will give, and whatever the penalty is there, we will allocate based on this penalty only. Now, subsequent, whatever the penalties we will calculate one by one for each cell in the given transportation matrix. Clear? And based on this penalty, we will try to allocate the whatever the units are, whatever the packages are. Clear? Now, next is, and we will arrive at the initial basic feasible solution. And again, I already told that it is very near to the optimal solution, Vogel's approximation method solution. Right. And finally, the calculation, the amount of time to find out the optimal transportation cost is reduced because you very much arrive at the near optimal solution. Now, what are the steps involved? First of all, what we will do, please listen to these steps because this is a bit complex in terms of calculation steps. So remember all these steps one by one so that you can easily solve the example. The first step is to identify the lowest and the next lowest cost cell. From the given transportation cost matrix, we will identify lowest cost and the next lowest cost. And then what we will do, we will find out the difference. Here, next, if the difference, and we will place it next to the column or next to the row. And then from step 1 to 2, these differences are nothing but the penalties. Wherever the penalty is maximum, right, highest penalty, we will try to allocate in that column and row, right? And we will try to repeat these steps in each and every iterations, and we will try to fulfill the demand and supply side constraints by fulfilling the units. We will allocate the units, or you can say the packages, right? Once we allocate all of them, fulfill all the demand and supply constraints, we have arrived at the solution. We will look into an example so that you can easily understand the steps involved. So, the same example which we have discussed for northwest corner method and least cost method is the same example. The company has 3 supply constraints, 3 ports for the supply, and 4 demand constraints, right? Destination. And the cost matrix is given, and we have to solve. We have to arrive at the minimum transportation cost with the help of the Vogel's approximation method. Now here, first of all, we will write down the matrix, transportation cost matrix. On the right hand side, if you see, we have row penalty. On the bottom side, we have the column penalty. So for row penalty, we will try to find out the lowest cost and the second lowest cost. So in first row, if you see here, the lowest is 11. And the second lowest is 13. So 13 minus 11 is 2. Here, same for the second row. If you see here, the lowest is 10 and the second lowest is 14. 14 minus 10 is 4. For the third row, it is 13. 13 minus 10 is 3. And we will do the same for the column, and we have found out the column penalty. Column, if you see here, 11 is the lowest, 16 is the next lowest. So 16 minus 11 is 5. And accordingly. Now, what we will try to find out? We will try to find out the maximum penalty here. So, what is the maximum penalty here? 5, 1, 0, 5, 4, and 2. 5 is the maximum penalty here. So, we will try to allocate here only, right? What we have allocated here? Here, if you see, there is a tie. Here, so try to find out the lowest transportation cost. So, what is the lowest transportation cost here? 11. So, we will try to allocate here only. Here. So what we can allocate here, 250 and 200. So we can only allocate 200 here and we can fulfill the demand side constraint. So we will allocate 200 here. So once we have allocated 200 here, we have fulfilled this column here. So we will cancel this column or we can eliminate this column. And from 250 minus 200 is 50. So we have written 50 here. Clear? So again we will start with this same equations. We will find out row penalty and column penalty. So here if you see, for 14 minus 13 which is equal to 1. That is the row penalty. Same 14 minus 10 is 4. And accordingly we will find out the row penalty and column penalty. Here for the column we have 13 at the lowest and second lowest is 18. So 18 minus 13 is 5. And 1 and 0. Here now if you see carefully the penalty, row penalties and column penalties, which is the maximum one? 1, 4, 3, 0, 1 and 5. The maximum one is 5. So we can allocate it here. So in this, what is the minimum cost here? 13. So we will try to allocate it here. So what is the next step here? 13 is the allocation here. So what we can allocate? 50 we can allocate maximum. Right? So let's try to allocate 50 here. 225 minus 50 is coming up to be 175. Clear? Once we have allocated 50 here, so this supply side constraint is fulfilled. So we will cancel this supply side constraint. So we have cancelled this. Clear? What is left here? This matrix is left. Now again, let's start with the row penalties and column penalties. 14 minus 10 is 4. 13 minus 10 is 3. In the column, 24 minus 18 is 6. 14 minus 13 is 1. 10 minus 10 is 0. If you look here, what is the maximum penalty here? 6. So we will go with this column. So minimum cost here is 18. So we will try to allocate there only. So what we can allocate here? We can allocate 175 here. Why? Because that is the maximum demand here. And 300. So 300 minus 175 is equal to 125. Right? So we have allocated 175. Since 175 this demand side constraint is fulfilled, so we will cancel this column. So we have cancelled this column and it put 0 here. And what is left here? 125. Now out of this 2 cross 2 matrix, right, we have to find out the row penalty and column penalty. 14 minus 10, 4, 13 minus 10, 3. Same here, 14 minus 13, 1, 10 minus 10, 0. Now if you carefully see here, what is the maximum row penalty? It is the row penalty of 4 here. So what we can allocate here, 10 we can allocate here, which is the minimum cost. So 250 and 125. What we can allocate? We can allocate only 125. So that is our next step. So we will allocate 125 here. So the supply side constraint is fulfilled. Right? The supply side constraint is fulfilled. So 250 minus 125 is coming out to be 125. So if you see here, only 2 are left here. Right? 2 cells are left with 275 and 125. If you add both of them, you will get 400. So you can easily allocate 275 here and 125 here. So you can get 400 as a supply constraint. So that is why we have arrived at the final solution here, which is coming out to be 6 allocations. Right? If you carefully see here, m plus n minus 1. What is m here? Number of rows 3. The number of columns are 4. Right, so 4 plus 3 minus 1, which is coming out to be 6. And what are the number of allocations here? If it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 allocations are there. 6 allocations are there and m plus n minus 1 is also equal to 6. So the solution is non-degenerate. If it is less than m plus n minus 1, then the solution is degenerate. Then we have to look into some other methods to arrive at the solution. We will look into this example in forthcoming lectures. But up to here, what we have discussed? We have discussed 3 crucial methods: northwest corner method, least cost method, and Vogel's approximation method. So particularly Vogel's approximation method is suitable if you are arriving at a very near optimal solution of minimum transportation cost. So in this case, if you multiply here 200 into 11, 50 into 13, 175 into 18, and when you sum all of them, you get summation here, you arrive at 12,075. If you see previously for northwest corner method and Vogel's approximation method, they arrived at the solution of 12,200 rupees of transportation cost. From this method, you have arrived at the 12,075 as the solution. So obviously, this method arrives at the near optimal solution of minimum transportation cost. So hence, in this lecture, what we have discussed, we have looked into the efficient method called Vogel's approximation method. We found out the row penalties and column penalties from the transportation matrix given in the problem, and we looked into the maximum penalties, and in that penalty we looked into the cells which has the minimum cost. We try to allocate the packages, or you can see the products in those cells to arrive at the minimum transportation cost. We iterate step by step, right, and repeated these steps to arrive at the minimum transportation cost. And to repeat again that this method, Vogel's approximation method, is used to arrive at a very near optimal solution, right? So thank you very much.